What if one of the world's most important geopolitical battlegrounds isn't Ukraine, Taiwan, or the Middle East, but Somaliland? A territory of fewer than 6 million people is suddenly attracting the attention of global powers, regional rivals, military strategists, and international investors. Why? What makes Somaliland so important that major countries are quietly competing for influence there? Is it about military bases, control of shipping routes, access to the Red Sea? Or is there a much bigger story unfolding behind the scenes? Today, we'll uncover why Somaliland has become the center of a growing global power struggle and what it could mean for the future of the Horn of Africa. Intro 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. For more than 3 decades, Somaliland has operated with its own government, security forces, currency, and democratic institutions. Despite functioning as a de facto state since 1991, it remains internationally unrecognized. Yet recognition is only one part of the story. Its strategic location has transformed Somaliland into one of the most valuable geopolitical assets in Africa. As global competition intensifies, powerful nations are increasingly viewing Somaliland through the lens of security, trade, and regional impact. Geography often determines destiny. Somaliland sits along the Gulf of Aden, one of the world's busiest maritime corridors. Every year, thousands of vessels carrying oil, manufactured goods, and critical supplies pass near its coastline. These shipping routes connect Europe, Asia, the Middle East, and Africa. Any disruption in these waters can impact global trade. This strategic reality makes Somaliland far more important than its size might suggest. Control, access, and influence in this region have become priorities for governments seeking to protect their economic and security interests. At the heart of Somaliland's growing importance lies Berbera. The port has become one of the most closely watched infrastructure projects in the Horn of Africa. Modernization efforts have expanded its potential as a commercial gateway serving regional markets. For landlocked Ethiopia, access to efficient maritime trade routes is a national priority. For international investors, Berbera represents a strategic logistics hub positioned near major global shipping lanes. As trade volumes grow, the port's significance continues to increase. The rise of Somaliland's strategic importance has naturally attracted competing interests. Regional powers are carefully monitoring developments. Some see opportunity, others see potential shifts in the balance of power. Questions surrounding recognition, maritime access, security cooperation, and economic partnerships have become central topics in diplomatic discussions. As countries pursue their own interests, Somaliland increasingly finds itself at the intersection of multiple geopolitical agendas. The competition is no longer limited to neighboring countries. Major global powers are paying attention. The Red Sea corridor has emerged as one of the most strategically important regions on Earth. Military planners, economic strategists, and policymakers recognize that influence in the Horn of Africa can shape developments across multiple continents. This explains why Somaliland's future is being watched so closely in capitals around the world. The stakes extend far beyond local politics. Somaliland's story is no longer just a regional story. It is a global geopolitical story, a story about trade routes, strategic geography, international competition, and the future balance of power in one of the world's most important maritime regions. And as the struggle for influence continues, Somaliland may prove to be one of the most important geopolitical battlegrounds of the decade. The key question is whether Somaliland can transform growing international interest into long-term political and economic gains. Will strategic partnerships lead to greater international engagement? Will regional competition accelerate diplomatic change? Or will geopolitical rivalries complicate Somaliland's path forward? The answers remain uncertain. What is clear is that Somaliland is becoming increasingly difficult for the world to ignore.